live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
In 1875, while Wyatt Earp was Marshal of Wichita, many Indian tribes like the Comanches, the Apaches, and the Sioux had refused to make peace with the United States government. This warfare was to reach its climax a year later when the Sioux and their allies massacred General George Custer and his men in the Battle of the Little Bighorn. But for many months prior to this tragedy, renegades were selling contraband rifles to the unpacified tribes.
Marshal Earp?
Yes, sir.
Captain Benteen, the 7th Cavalry.
Oh. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, here's a message from 2 Indian friends of yours. The Indian carrying it was wounded. Our patrol found him.
Oh, it's for Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin. Sit down.
Thank you.
They've been very good friends.
We feel the same way about them, Mr. Earp. We've used them as scouts. Now they've been nabbed by the Hoss Daggett gang, if we've read the message right.
The Daggetts operate in Oklahoma territory, don't they? Wasn't the Army doing something about this?
We've signed peace treaties with the Cheyennes, the Pawnees, and the Osage. Washington doesn't want us to go into Oklahoma territory with troops. The Indians would resent it.
But it's all right for me to go in there, huh?
Well, that's why I'm here. The general wants to deputize you as a United States Marshal. Now, you'll need a good posse. The Daggetts never have less than 50 guns in their outfit. Now, this is merely an official request, not an order, Mr. Earp. Of course, if you feel that you lack the experience...
Captain, when you have friends that are in trouble, you try and help them. I was just wondering why Daggett grabbed them.
Well, we don't know, except that it must be big medicine. Hoss Daggett isn't holding the brother of Yellowhand and the cousin of Many Battles without a very serious reason.
Well, Hoss is liable to get himself scalped.
Well, I'm glad you realize this isn't any 10-teepee affair, Mr. Earp. Your friends may have extremely valuable information. Also, we can't have Yellowhand and Many Battles on the warpath. But, as I said, if you feel that a man with more experience...
No, I'll go. You got the paper deputizing?
Right here. The government will pay for your posse and all necessary expenses.
Good. I'll go tonight.
That soon? Well, the general's usually right. He says that when 2 smart Indians appeal to a white man for help, they usually pick the best one they know. Good luck, Mr. Earp.
Thank you, Captain.
Just a minute. Bring that back.
Oh, come on, Doc. Get out of the way, will you? These are heavy.
I know it's heavy. It's valuable, too. Set it down there, Wyatt. I want to talk to you.
Oh, now, come on. We've been through this before.
Yeah, I know. You're a pretty fast talker, Wyatt. I must say, the more I think about your idea, the less I like it.
What's going on, Doc? Moving?
Moving, he says. No, but I might as well be moving. I let this crazy man talk me out of $850 of good, fresh medicines.
Well, sounds like a story here.
No, it's nothing for publication. It's a government job. I'm taking this medicine into the Oklahoma territory.
He's not only committing suicide, he admits it.
Come on, let's hear it.
All right, Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin are in trouble.
Who?
Well, they're 2 Indian friends of mine, and they got themselves nabbed by the Hoss Daggett gang.
Well, why all the medicine?
Well, I'm going to go in there disguised as a patent medicine doctor. It's the only way I can get into the Daggett camp.
Pretty risky to try and save 2 Indians.
I not only lose my medicine, but I also lose my good and former friend Wyatt Earp.
Oh, don't give me that stuff. You know this hogwash isn't worth a cent, and you know it. All the drug houses send them free samples.
Only 5% of free samples. Besides, who's going to believe you're a doctor?
You know, you look terrible.
I feel terrible. Well, stop that. That's the way he hypnotized me into agreeing to do this thing in the first place.
Don't move, friend. This is your lucky day. Yes, sir, come in a little closer. Now, this is your lucky day, sir, because I am going to give you absolutely free 1 large-size bottle of Dr. Livermore's kidney remedy. Oh, now, don't thank me, sir. No, sir. After all, I always say, what's money compared to a happy kidney? Oh, if I can save you, sir, what's the rest of it?
If I can save you, I will not have passed this way in vain.
Oh, yeah, if I can save you, I would have not have passed this way in vain.
That's good, Wyatt.
It would be very funny if it weren't so tragic. I've written columns about the Daggets, Wyatt. They're real bad people.
That's right. You tell him.
If you must go, take a posse.
Oh, no posse.
What did those Indians ever do to justify your risking your life?
Well, they tracked Bill and Ben Thompson in the bushwhacker country near Ellsworth, won't they? They risked their lives.
I can hire Indians to track anybody anywhere for $5.
I ain't going to let you do it, Wyatt.
Well, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Well, sir, I've been deputized as United States Marshal, and I have the authority to seize any supplies that I deem necessary for the performance of my duty.
So you're going to beat me down with words again, huh?
Well, look, why don't you just consider it as a loan? If I have to sell any of that stuff to make it look legitimate, well, you'll be getting all the proceeds. That is, of course, providing that, as you say, that medicine is harmless.
What? Why, I'll take a dose out of each and every one of these bottles. It's 90% grain alcohol. Get me a spoon.
Never mind, I take your word for it. What's in the other 10%?
It's calomel and quinine. It won't cure anybody, but it won't kill him either.
Come on, let's get on with our loading. You want to help, Mr. Murdoch?
Wouldn't dare say no.
Be careful of the way you handle that one. It's full of laudanum.
Full of what?
Laudanum. It's a sleeping potion. Drop that and the whole county will go to sleep.
Well, that's good to know. Hey, how do I distinguish it?
You distinguish it by the white line on the outside of the box. And on the inside, the bottles are labeled Dr. Poster's Insomnia Remedy.
Well, I can't leave that one behind.
You ain't leaving anything behind.
Brother still feel bad?
Yes. Stomach.
Why don't he try some of that whiskey?
Too sick. Mr. Daggett, you let me go for a doctor.
Oh, I've already sent for one. It's a long trip. First you get the misery's cousin, and now brother. You know, a suspicious man who wasn't your friend might think you were fooling.
No. True.
Time's awful short. You're holding up a big deal on them rifles. Anything wrong with the deal, cousin?
You say, go north. Talk to Sitting Bull. Tell Sitting Bull you have many rifles.
Good rifles. Winchesters.
But Sitting Bull, friend with my cousin, many battles. He is friend with his brother, Yellowhead. But Sitting Bull, not your friend, Mr. Daggett.
We've been over all that before. I never cheated Sitting Bull. If he bought cheap trade guns that blew up, he didn't buy them from me.
Sioux people angry. You cheat them, I pay. He pay.
I told you the rifles are good.
You show me rifles, Mr. Daggett.
You calling me a liar?
No. I asked to see rifles 2-3 days now, I ask.
How do I know you'll go through with your part of the deal? You might tell the soldiers.
We are two, long way from our people. You have many fighter. We don't want to die.
All right, I'll show you the rifles.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Ain't you Doc Sybil?
Old friend, name's Dr. Turner, but I'll be very happy to help all of you.
You carry Madam Porter's female tincture?
Madam Porter's tincture?
Yeah.
No, I got the elixir, but not the tincture.
Oh.
Your wife in a dilapidated condition?
No wife, Doc.
Oh.
Let me see the elixir.
You want to see the elixir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, friend. I got everything here you need. You got to open the boxes, though.
Huh?
I got to keep them clothes banging around there in the road a little bit.
Sure.
Let's see here. Ah, here we are, first try. Got a lot of boxes there. I think you'll like it.
This is strong as a tincture?
Oh, it's much more powerful. Yes, sir, friend. That's 90% pure grain alcohol.
Well, give her a taste.
It'll cost you 50 cents for it.
In advance?
Well, I'm not running a charity here. No, sir, friend.
Well, it better be good.
Yeah, thank you.
That's fine.
I knew you'd like it.
I'll try one.
I'll be very happy. I've got more in advance, man. Oh, I got a lot in advance. Well, anyway, I've been thinking of heading in the Oklahoma territory. I understand they got, well, quite a spell of the collar morbus in the nation.
Yep. Got to spell the Daggets, too.
The Daggets, what's that?
Old man Horse Daggett and his crowd.
They sound like outlaws.
I'm a great respecter of you traveling doctors. That's why I'm warning you. Stay wide of the Daggets.
Where do they hang out?
Over in the dry-out section, just over the line. You ought to go straight to Wewoka on the Cherokee Trail.
I sure will, friend. I'm not looking for any trouble. And I sure do thank you for warning me. Well, I guess I better be getting on.
Stop him! Hold up! Who are you?
I'm Dr. Turner. I'm selling medicine.
Just a patent medicine peddler.
So he says. Better take him in for Hoss to look at.
That's a nice team of horses he's driving.
Yeah.
You better be what you claim to be, Doc. Old man Daggett don't like to be lied to. Come on, get him going.
I hope you get real sick. Go on, help yourself.
Hey, cut it out. This one's mine.
Oh, no, we matched for first pick. Turn loose of that horse. I'll be turned if I will.
Next time, I'll put one through your skull. Now water them horses good and tie them up. They're mine.
What do you call yourself? I'm Dr. Turner.
Daggett's the name. Horse Daggett. Ain't you got no better sense than to drive that dry gulch after dark?
No, I guess not.
Well, it's not bad stuff, Doc.
Quit that! You might be drinking poison, you fools. Go on, clear out of here. We're not as bad as we're made out.
Well, that's real nice to know.
You're a real doctor, and you just strayed in here by mistake, you can have your team back. And I'll make the boys pay for the medicine they took.
Sounds fair enough.
Why, sure. I gotta be awful careful, Doc. See, I'm kind of like your patients. I hanker to keep on living.
I can't say I blame you for that.
Speaking of patients, I've got a sick friend on my hands. He's got miseries in his stomach.
Maybe I can help him.
Of course, you can't never tell about Injuns. Fella might be faking.
Your friend Indian? Sorry, that lets me out.
How's that?
Don't like Indians, I won't treat them.
Yeah? Well, you're gonna like this one. And you're gonna doctor him. I do a lot of business with Injuns, Doc. Get up. My friend's in the shack. He's got a pal with him. You're paying a call, Doc.
I'll pay it. I'm not gonna like it.
What's wrong with him?
Cholera morbus, I think. Can't be appendix. Stomach's not rigid. I better go get some medicines.
You sure he ain't just putting on?
Look, like I told you, I don't like Indians, but this one's sick.
How sick?
Well, I don't know. What do you expect? A complete prognosis in 2 minutes?
Take it easy, Doc. I just want for brother to get well. We've got a deal pending on it.
Well, I don't care nothing about your deal, but if you want this man back up on his feet, you're going to have to do like I tell you.
Sure, Doc. Sure.
Now, just let me get my medicine.
Guard, sleep. All sleep except men on outposts.
Good. Now, Mr. Brother not really sick, huh?
Nah.
See Simmons. Napikun Earp Sikalpi.
He says he knew our friend Mr. Earp would come. He's happy.
Sigapi?
Sikalpi.
Sikalpi.
Sistu Iu, it's gone Dagat Waganasi.
He wants to know when we kill Daggett. Get away from here.
Well, you tell him I haven't worked out a plan yet. But he should still play sick, but not so sick. And that when Daggett comes, he should stand up but not be able to walk. You understand?
Ate bialto baka haitso Daggett piano.
Piano. Mosikalpi Stisma Nama.
He wants to know where your gun at.
You tell him I got him hid in the wagon. And you also tell him we can't shoot our way out of here. There are too many men. We'll have to use some kind of trick.
Nagalim Bacaldo. Legentraisen Waganasi.
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 I'm going to try and get some shut-eye. I'll be back first thing come sunup. You men try and get some sleep.
Tehome.
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 Tehome. My good friends.
Hey, Doc. What you doing? None of your business. You must know I'm trying to find the right drug for your Indian friend. You men sure mess things up. I don't need to get sore, Doc. How is brother? Well, he's improving. Just let me alone. I think I could get him cured in a few days. All right, Doc. I'll turn in. That's how much I trust you. You better trust me. Another 6 hours delay and brother had been a dead Indian. Gosh, Doc. Thanks. Good night. Doc in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
Hey, he does feel better. I told you he did. Come on. Sit up. See if you can walk.
You want one, huh?
Awful weak.
But we thank you for bringing good doctor. We make deal.
Good, good. How soon will brother be able to ride a horse? Couple days.
Not soon enough. Yanehe. But we could travel north in wagon with good doctor.
You could, but you won't.
Hey, that's a good idea.
It's no idea at all. In the first place, I don't travel with Indians. In the second place, I'm heading south, not north.
You're heading where I say, Doc. Brother and cousin have important business north.
Now, don't be stupid. I'm not going to go...
Shut up, Doc. Might be a lot simpler if you fellas took that wagon without him.
No. Mr. Brother too sick. May need doctor. We wait.
Oh, no. We've wasted too much time already. Doc will go with you. I'll send a couple of boys along to make him behave.
Good. We start.
Giving you a break, Doc. Brother and cousin get to where they're going, you can have your team and wagon. If you act real nice, you'll still be alive.
Thanks.
All right, let's get brother in the wagon.
No.
All right, fellas, get that blanket fixed. Help brother in that wagon.
Come on, brother. Up you go. Up.
Jack, you ride inside. Ollie, ride your horse and outside guard. Cousin, you'll drive. Doc will ride up front with you. Go on, get in the wagon. Don't worry about Doc. If he gives you any trouble, Jack will give him a good pistol whipping.
Doctor's smart man, Mr. Daggett. He knows this only way he stay alive.
What's the matter with you?
I just want a drink. Do you mind? It's 90% alcohol.
Just one. That's enough. Get him out of here. Oh.
Daggett thought he got my only bottle. Well, here's the horse Daggett.
No, you don't. Give me that. Smells like good liquor.
Hey, hold it up there. Hey, Jack, give me a drink of that.
We don't want none of this. Smells better than it tastes.
I'll be the judge of that. Gimme.
Come on, give it back. You don't want to get drunk on the job. I'll tell Hawes. Give me that pot.
All right.
Come on, let's get going. We got a long way to go. Come on. Push it.
That laudanum worked.
He sleep nice.
Slow down. I want to take care of Volley. Stop.
I gotta catch that horse.
Why you not shoot horse?
Never did nothing to me. Neither did him. Come on. Let's get him off the wagon. So, brother. Make his gun, Matt. All right, get him going.
That's Ollie's horse. Something's happened, men. Let's go.
Come on.
Why, those dirty double-crossing red rattlers. They must have been in cahoots with that Doc all the time. Doc and the Indians! Kill him!
We can't outrun him. Where can we make our fight?
Up gully, we shoot from rocks.
Go ahead and turn him.
Get down.
Doc! Doc! You and them Indians, come out with your hands up!
All right, they don't think we're going to fight. Let them work in close, and then start shooting slow and steady.
You not shoot?
No, this is going to be your fight.
We thank you. All right, let them have it.
This one's mine. Wait, no. Let his men carry him away. I think we can go the rest of the way at a slow trot. Come on.
Captain, brother. Cousin, you all right? We got a report of gunfire across the line. Was that you?
Yeah, we had a little run-in with the Daggett gang. They're camped in the dry gulch down their ways.
They have many rifles they plan to sell.
Sell where?
Up north, Sitting Bull.
Thank you. That's all we need to know. Good job, Marshal Earp.
Forward!
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Frontier Theater in 1875 was almost as rough and tough as the Frontier Saloon. Wyatt Earp, as Marshal of Wichita, found himself saddled with the job of keeping order at the town's music hall, where all kinds of shows and all sorts of characters bid for popular favor. Usually the shows were pretty good, but usually the cowboy audiences were full of liquor and bad-tempered. Their response to the drama was simple and primitive. If they liked the show, they threw money on the stage. If they didn't like it, they started a riot. But in the case of Jeff Pruitt and his carnival honky-tonk,
Come on, girl. The rehearsal's over. The whole show's over. Don't worry about it. You've got no right to close my show, Earp.
It isn't a show.
You don't know nothing about it. You're a Johnny Law. You know show expert.
I know enough to know what you were running. Your girls are underpaid and they were rolling drunken cowhands.
That's a lie.
And the music hall's owned by this city. You're closed, Pruitt.
I fight with my fists. I don't wear guns with two deputies to protect me.
If that's the way you want it, I'll take them off.
Not now. I want to get you all alone, where nobody can save you from a beating.
Okay, you arrange that, Pruitt. You fix it up real soon. I'll take him and the girls to the hotel. Archie, put up that sign.
Hey, aren't you going to have him fined for putting on an off-color show?
No, our job is to keep cowhands from being robbed, not to protect their morals.
Wyatt, we're going to have more trouble over at that music hall.
Jeff Pruitt?
Now it's that new company, the Harlow Players.
What's their problem?
Well, Harlow's been making the cowhands sore at him. Mr. Murdoch says you'd better come right away.
Show business. Had more trouble with the music hall than 10 saloons put together.
Now remember, my darling, a child's duty is to be honest, cheerful, and obedient.
Do I have to obey him, Mama? He is not my real papa.
Hush, my dear. You must obey Mr. Lash. I myself have vowed to love, honor, and obey him.
But he is cruel. He makes you cry.
The truth, from the lips of my own little girl. How could I have consented, in a moment of weakness, to marry Mr. Lash?
Well, you shouldn't have done it.
Hark! It is he. It is Mr. Lash.
Oh, Mama, I am afraid.
Do not be afraid.
So. I find you whispering. What is it this time, Well, answer me.
Don't tell him nothing. If she tells on our little Mary, we're gonna...
It's too late for a subterfuge, Agatha. 1 hour ago, I intercepted a letter which this ungrateful child wrote to her maternal grandparents in Schenectady.
No.
Yes. Leave the room, Agatha.
Please, Mr. Lash, I beg of you.
Don't you leave, ma'am.
You stay with little Mary. I am your husband. Leave the room.
Heaven help us.
Now, you ugly little fiend. I'll teach you to write lies about me.
It is true. You are mean and cruel to my Mama.
Oh, indeed. Well, I can be meaner. I'll teach you what cruelty feels like. You have presumed to sneer at me. You have dared to write your maternal grandparents in Schenectady that I am a secret drunkard. You have spied upon me, you ungrateful child. Let me go!
It's only a plane!
Get away from it!
Oh, Pa, you hurt.
Oh, thanks to this officer here.
I love my Papa. I'm not crippled, and he doesn't spank me in real life.
You go on in and finish your show. I'll see there's no more trouble. Come on, take him inside.
We only thought...
Come on, get out.
We've put on Suffer Little Children 100 times. I had no idea the audience here would react the way it did, Mr. Earp.
Well, you ever been out west before?
No.
You just don't understand cowhands, Mr. Harlow.
Just like other people, aren't they?
Sure, when they're sober. The trouble is that most of them are never sober. You see, Wichita's the end of a long cattle drive for most of them, and they, their stay here is their one big holiday of the year.
Oh, see.
Now, before your show opened, I had to close an all-girl show. They probably resented that.
What you're trying to say is I should have put on a more cheerful play.
Yeah, I guess that's what I want to say. You see, they don't care much for villains.
Well, then we're finished.
How's that?
I'm down to 2 sets. The one we used tonight and one for Death to the King. Most of tonight's audience demanded their money back.
Oh. You got financial troubles, huh?
I haven't told my wife, but they held our other sets and most of our costumes in Kansas City. Panic of 73 is still lurking in the wings, you know.
Can't you put on the other play?
I'm an even worse villain in that one.
Papa, can't Mama and I come in now?
Well, all right.
The dying swan, catch. Oh, it isn't proper. Papa should have caught me. You're a strange man.
Jeannie.
Don't scold her, hon. Jeannie's just putting that on, mister. She aimed herself straight at you.
Why, Papa, I did not.
Well, it's all right, Jeannie. I like you, too. Well, Mrs. Harlow, your husband and I talked it over, and we decided you ought to put on Death to a King tomorrow night.
Well, yes, we'll put on the King,
Won't that start another riot?
Well, I hope not. Anyway, my deputies and I will be on hand.
It seems I have no choice.
That's right. Our company's financially embarrassed and down to 2 sets. Papa doesn't think Mama knows, but we both know.
Jeannie.
That's all right. I've been broke a few times myself.
You won't let those cowhands hurt my Papa, will you?
Jeannie, I give you my word of honor. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
The swooning princess.
Oh.
I fell right into the arms of the law.
You'd better fall right into the arms of Morpheus.
Yes, Mama. Good night, Mr. Earp.
Good night, Jeannie.
Good night.
She's very sweet. Good night.
Thank you.
Stupid cowhands.
Yeah, they didn't get that actor away fast enough. Earp jumped him at the stage door.
When do we try it again, Jeff?
Well, tomorrow night if Harlow's got the guts to put on another show. But no cowhands this time. Let them start the rumpus. And you boys grab Harlow, put him on a horse, and head for the Douglas Avenue Bridge. Earp will ride to the rescue, and we've got him.
Harlow again.
Wonder if that no-good child-beating murderer gets murdered, or does he murder the king?
He better get murdered.
Hi, White. Hi, Marshal. All right, hold it down, hold it down. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, some of you folks out there in the audience took the play too seriously. Now, just in case you haven't read today's Eagle or were told by your bartender, I'm going to repeat a mild warning. Now, this stage up here belongs to Mr. Harlow and his actors and nobody else, and that includes everybody out there. Now, if anybody tries to climb up on this stage except the actors, or tries to make any unnecessary noises, you're going to get buffaloed. The law says you'll stay in jail for 30 days. Now, me and my deputies are going to be sitting in the front row, so all of you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the play.
And now, on with the play.
1,000 men approached to seize my castle and my kingdom. And I, alone and deserted. My life is like this piece of cord. It had its beginning. It must inevitably have an ending.
Now, what could be fairer than that?
And yet, a king must sleep, restless with the burden of his own crown. For on this day, I did but hearken to such tales of woe from my poor subjects that death, not sleep, would such a blessing be. But hold, my wretched life is precious to my people. True, true. For when the last ruddy drop escapes the cup, what then? Moncrief is king. Aye, Moncrief, my nephew, so steeped in evil as to mock my name and make his own name a terror in the kingdom. Moncrief. His name to squeak like the gallows rope, like the screw that turns the rack. Moncrief. His name doth rhyme with grief, that word so cruel and so forlorn. But why do I think of this? For I am old. 'Tis far better to dodder and to drowse and to sleep.
Now, don't you go to sleep, King.
No, Harlow's coming to dry gulch you.
Why don't we beat him to the drum?
We'll beat him. Get on, get him now.
He snores. The old fool snores. And this his last farewell to life. No battle cry, no gallant jest. Not even a seemly prayer. 'Tis well. For what is left of this life, I mean to nudge across the sticks with a bare pot.
Hey, King, wake up!
Wake up, wake up.
Come on, wake up!
Wake up. Snore by night, a toothless cackle by day. Years lie cold in the very blood of him. Too long the frost has gathered on his beating heart. It labors feebly now in a sheet of ice. Well, old man, thou art mostly dead.
Quiet, quiet! If you people continue to act like this, we'll never have a theater in Wichita.
It's no use. We'll have to give them their money back again tonight.
Mr. Harlow, I know who's buying this now. We'll talk about it later.
Well, at least two are going to jail. Come on. Come on.
Don't shoot, Marshal.
Now, you were there, you saw what happened.
Yep.
I thought it was just cowhand stupidity. But the men that tried to grab Harlow tonight trail with Pruitt and his gang.
Simmer down, my
No,
friend.
not this time. I promised Harlow I'd protect him. I didn't.
You kept Jeff's men from giving him a good dose of tar and feathers.
That's not the point.
Now, Wyatt, whether Pruitt caused the trouble or not, Harlow is partly responsible.
How do you figure that?
You can't play Christopher Marlowe to a bunch of cowhands. I know the poor fellow's broke and his company's stranded here, but he should never have attempted death to the king.
That's still not the point.
Well, what is the point?
Handful of drunken cowhands and Pruitt's men are trying to close a music hall. That's the point.
Well, it seems to me they've succeeded.
Well, they can't let them get away with it.
What are you going to do?
If they do get away with it, I might as well turn in this star.
Wyatt, you're mad and upset.
You're darn right I'm mad and upset. I don't like giving my word to a man and then not being able to keep it. But the main reason is nobody puts anything over on me. I'm the marshal, and the marshal can't afford to let him get away with that. You know that. He's through.
All right, go ahead and arrest Jeff Pruitt. That show of his, your clothes was filthy. I'll back you up on that.
What's it gonna do? What good? The music hall would still be closed, and Harlow and his actors would still be flat broke.
All right, we can take up a collection.
I've already done that.
Huh?
My deputies arrested 23 men tonight. I gave them the choice of kicking in $10 apiece or being arrested for disorderly conduct, so they all kicked in. $230 worth.
It's mighty irregular. Oh, but I approve. Yes, I do. I approve.
Thanks.
Wasn't that enough to get Harlow and his company back to their next stand?
Wyatt.
Mr. Harlow's here.
Oh, good. Send him in.
Come in, Mr. Harlow.
Mr. Harlow, I believe you've met Mr. Murdoch, the editor of the Wichita Eagle.
Yes, he gave me a very nice notice in his paper. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Harlow. I guess I'd better run along. You two will want to talk.
No, wait. I want you to hear what I have to say. Mr. Harlow, how much would it cost to get your troop out of town?
Oh, no, we couldn't accept that. We'll find jobs and try to save another stake.
Well, this happens to be a free will donation made by the cowhands that tried to break up your show tonight. That sound better?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much will it cost?
Well, $200 or $300 ought to pay our bills here and get us back to Kansas City.
Kansas City, huh? And what play would you do there?
The Tale of Two Cities.
By Charles Dickens.
Yes, I made the serial story into a play.
The audience like it?
Oh, they love it, Marshal. Our top box office attraction all through the East.
Well, if you had the sets, is there any reason why you couldn't play it here?
Here? After what happened
Now,
to
look,
us?
Mr. Harlow, I want to keep the music hall open. Now, wouldn't you like to have another chance at Wichita?
Frankly,
Frankly, Mr. Harlow is scared, and I don't blame him.
All right. There's your money.
Now, that's a sensible solution. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Murdoch.
And, Wyatt, you'll feel better in the morning.
Sure. Mr. Harlow, what kind of a character do you play in Tale of Two Cities?
I play Sidney Carton, a great heroic role. I change places with the husband and woman I love. I go to the guillotine in his stead. Do you think they'd boo me here for that?
I think Mr. Murdoch's probably right. Got to try it in Kansas City.
But you want me to play it in Wichita. Why?
For purely personal and selfish reasons, Mr. Harlow.
Still, why?
I took a licking tonight. I promised you'd finish your play without any trouble. My job, you can't afford to be licked.
Neither can I, Mr. Earp. You wouldn't have any objections, would you, if I used this money to fix up a set for the Dickens play?
I can't think of a one.
See you at the music hall. Tomorrow night.
Wyatt, wake up. Hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Did you find anything new but on the saloon beat?
Yep. Pruitt got drunk over at Rowdy Kate's and talked too much. He says he's going to let this new show run without any trouble, and then he's going to grab Harlow before the curtain goes down.
Oh, what's he got against Harlow?
Nothing. Except he figures that you're going after Harlow. He's bragging that he's going to bushwhack you. He's going to take your guns away and beat you up with his fists.
Hey, that's good. Almost too good to be true. Are you sure?
Rowdy Kate passed me the word. She hasn't lied to us yet.
I trust her. Go get Brick. We gotta plan this carefully.
Right.
Alley! Come, my dear. You have given life great courage. Give death an equal bravery. For death is nobler than life.
Alley!
I can bear it for myself, Mr. Carton, but for you.
No, my child.
Why must you sacrifice your life for them? Why?
Charles Darnay is a good man. I have loved his wife, Lucy, with the one pure affection God has granted me in this world. And their child.
Alley!
In sparing little Lucy's life, I gain a child of my own. Is all that not worth a few moments out there?
Let me go first, Mr. Carton.
No, my darling. You are friendless and alone. If you went first, I might lose you. His angels might hurry you away.
Oh, but I would wait. I promise, Mr. Carton. I love you.
How fortunate we are. We meet in prison, and by chance of numbers, we are together now.
Say you love me, Mr. Carton. Just a little.
More than a little. In the light of eternity, your soul should be bright and beautiful.
Beautiful?
The loveliest young lady who has come from France. And even I, a weakling, a wastrel, and a rogue. If my prayers be answered, I too shall be pleasing in his sight.
Oh, you will, you will.
Sidney Cotton.
But a few moments now, and I'll have you in my arms again. Think this of me. It is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest I go to than I have ever known.
Alec!
Marshal Earp, those men, they grabbed my papa. Stop them, stop them.
Get him off of there. You boys get these horses out of sight. Get down off of there. Our Earp will be along soon because a lot of people saw the way we went. And I want you to walk right around in a little circle in this road. And don't run out on us. If you do, we're going to shoot you down, understand?
Mr. Harlow, glad to see you're not hurt.
I said I'd get you alone.
I'm sorry, Mr. Earp.
You're going to be a lot sorrier. Get his gun.
All right, Pruitt, it's your turn. Lift them, all of you.
Come on, drop him. Get him. Come on, get those guns down. Get him up. Get over here, all of you. Hurry up.
Are you going to shoot me, huh? No. Keep your guns on the rest of them. Mr. Pruitt's first. You wanted a fist fight, didn't you?
Not with your deputy shooting me in the back.
Don't worry, they won't. You stay out of this.
Right. Watch it! This is what I've been wanting. Now get up.
You can't wait, can you? Come on, get up.
Come on, Pruitt. Get up, Pruitt!
Come on. Come on.
Sweet. That's it.
Get up. You ain't hurt. Get up.
No, mister. You whipped him.
You're next. Push him out. Shove him over here.
No.
No.
Stop him. Stop him.
Come on. What's the matter? You heard Pruitt brag I couldn't fight with anything with my guns. Well, come on.
No, come to your senses, man. You'll kill him. Get out of it. This ain't my fight, Earp.
It is now.
Wyatt, please, Mr. Earp.
You better get him over to the Fabrique's office. I'm sorry. Mr. Al, I try to stay out of fistfights. Gun's less personal, and I don't get so mad.
I can't fight with my fists or a gun. But if I had to fight you, I'd sure choose a gun.
How'd Tale of Two Cities go?
Oh, tremendous. I missed 5 curtain calls at least.
Great. You'll run forever. In Wichita, that means about 2 nights. You better climb aboard.
Aren't you riding back?
No. We'll take a little walk. I'll see you in town.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
When cowboys were robbed and murdered for money won at the Keno House, Wichita's popular cowtown casino, they became suspicious of the owner and his gamblers. To find out who was trailing and robbing the cowboys, Wyatt Earp began making the Keno House his special beat.
Everybody drink Frank.
Evening, Wyatt. I was just about to send for you. Got a heavy winner, huh? Yeah. Puncher named Roy Blake. Just cashed in over 1,000. You talked to him? Didn't do any good. Said he could take care of himself. Said he'd like to see any Wichita stick-up artists try to take that money off him.
Hey, Roy, what are you going to do with all your money? I'm going to take it back to Texas. That's what I'm going to do. Real patriotic.
Oh, hey, quiet. Roy himself has got a few words to say.
I'm going to spend this money on breeding stock. I'm going to give myself a spread of my own. Hear that, boys? Let's think through a future cattle king. I don't want no more to drink. I better be getting back to camp.
Sure, Simp here and me will come right along. See you get back safe.
Yeah, sure. Shorty. Simp, old friend, I don't need no help. I can take care of myself.
No, you're carrying a payload. You need protection.
I need protection, boys. I have to have a bodyguard for all this money I want. Frankie, and good luck, boys. Break the bank.
Watch it, boy. This one I'll watch myself.
Real pals, real friendly. That's what I'm gonna have. And here's my old pal. Oh, I'll buy a drink for your horse. Come on, get out of here. Let's go out to the ranch. I'm gonna buy something for everybody, boys. Come on, Sim, let's get up there. Rock riders, let's go. Come on, let's go. Get out of there.
Marshal.
Morning.
Yeah, sure up early.
I haven't been to bed yet. Been riding trail on a lucky cowhand.
Oh, Blake?
Yep.
Yeah, we weren't at the Keno house, but we heard about him.
Yeah, I figure he's safe now. He's across the creek.
Must have reached camp and broke the news.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll see you boys back in town.
Marshal! Marshal!
Blake's been killed. That's the shots we heard when we was talking. You seemed kind of interested a while ago, Marshal, so I thought maybe you'd like to see for yourself.
Come on, show me.
Come.
Where'd you find him?
Marshal was showing considerable interest a while ago. I let him see for himself. Got any idea who might have done him in, Mr. Earp?
Aren't you the two who left town with Blake?
What do you mean by that, mister?
Simp, I'll do the talking. Sure, we were with Blake. We rode this side of the creek with him. He headed for his camp, we headed for ours.
Did you hear the shot?
Sure. We hot-footed it back here and found him right where he is now.
You see anybody else?
No. Some of the rest of the boys started drifting up about that time.
I followed Blake as far as the creek. I figured he didn't need any more protection once he got the other side, among the camps, among his own friends. But the way things are beginning to look now, you boys are being bushwhacked by your own pals.
Thought you were here to help us, Mr. Earp. Sounds now like you're accusing us.
Why don't you go back to town where you belong? We don't need your help.
Well, whether you need it or not don't make any difference. You're gonna get it.
All right, Earp. Why don't you start off by trying to arrest me?
Sim! You better take your friend down to the creek and cool him off.
For once Mr. Earp here is among us as a friend. Least you can do is give him a chance.
Cody's right, Simp. For once, we'll have to assume the Marshal's acting in good faith. What do you propose to do first, Mr. Earp?
I don't know yet. I'm not so sure I'd tell if I did. But so far, every man that's been murdered and robbed never had much of a chance to put up a fight. Every one of them got it closer to Cowskin Creek than they did to Wichita.
Meaning?
Meaning he must have thought he was among friends when he was killed. Think it over.
Mr. Earp here?
Yeah, he's right over there.
Mr. Earp? Remember me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, but I never did get your name, though.
Jeff Burns.
Please.
Could I see you alone?
Yeah, hey, fellas, let us have the room for a minute, will you?
Yeah, sure.
Getting any place with the robbers?
No. That's probably because the Keno house hasn't dropped any jackpots lately.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I got an idea.
Hmm?
It's simple. All you need is another big winner over there. If the bait's big enough, it ought to bring the robbers out.
Yeah, well, I thought of that, but trouble is I can't find anybody to qualify for the job. Anybody from town look just like what it is, a setup. Needs a trail riding cowhand.
I know. That's why I'm volunteering.
Why the sudden change? The other morning at the creek, I had a feeling the boys were suspecting me.
Well, I guess we feel about it like this. Fighting cowmen might come pretty easy to you, Earp. But robbing them, well, that's something else again.
Thanks.
Welcome. How do I get the job?
You know what you're getting into? Those killers never leave any witnesses, you know.
Earp, just like you, I figure these killers are in our camp. And to me, that's worse than if some Yankee were taking us. It's like treason. You want to get your bare hands on snakes like them.
Okay, Callahan, you got the job. Let me give you a warning. Don't tell anybody about this.
I won't.
I mean that. You understand?
Sure do. I really do.
Seven wins.
Seven again. Well, I guess I win again.
It's your night, Jeff. It sure ain't mine.
I'm making no apology, Shorty. It's been a long time coming.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Feel kind of sorry for that cowhand. Came in here in his first drive this spring and almost broke the bank. Been trying to repeat it ever since. Beats me, though, where he catches the money to keep trying. Evening, Wyatt.
Mr. Earp. You all set?
Yeah. He'll be cashing in soon. When he does, he'll be paid off with the marked money.
You win again.
Well, that's it, dealer. I think I'll quit while I'm still ahead.
Your lucky night.
Big winners, huh?
You bet. Those are not all the chips he's cashed.
That's what you get for being lucky.
Wyatt. I'm just lending this money in the interest of clean government. I expect it back.
I'll do what I can, Mr. Earp.
Well, what if things go wrong?
You mean if the robbers do get away with it?
Yeah, who's going to pay?
Guess I'll just have to spend about 5 summers working it out.
Thank you, cashier. Thank you very much. Come on, boys, step up to the bar. Name it.
Come on. Let's have a drink whenever you want.
My money.
Yeah, how about a drink, Mr. Earp?
Oh, thanks.
Come on, now let's have it. Everybody.
Shorty?
Yeah?
You lose all the money tonight?
Difference does it make? We'll have some more pretty soon.
Thinking of all the money we'd have if you wasn't gambling all the time.
Shh. Here comes somebody.
How do we know Jeff's gonna be alone? Maybe we should have robbed that one.
Because he wasn't with his bunch tonight. He was by himself. Chances are he'll ride back to camp by himself. You got something better to do, maybe?
I didn't mean nothing, Shorty. Stop picking on me.
And stop being at me. That looks like him. Well, we're gonna make sure. Get off your horse. Why? Get off! Sam, you stay here and keep him covered. That's you, Jeff?
Who is it?
Shorty Dawson. In trouble? Simp's horse. He's got the colic or something. You know anything about sick animals?
Not much.
All right, get your hands high and away from your gun. Simp! Get his gun. Okay, Simp, get him off the road. Get over there! Here! Sorry to trick you, Jeff, but we mean business.
Yeah, I see you do.
Get down. All right. Put that money in these saddlebags.
I've seen some pretty low humans in my time, Shorty. But this beats them all.
Yeah, it takes all kinds, don't it, Jeff? Search him, Semp. Make sure he didn't miss anything.
Ain't nothing left.
Semp here's always wanting to be a gunman with a big reputation. Only he ain't fast enough. But he gets a big boot out of pretending he is. With me, it's different. I don't like killing. It's all yours, Semp. See you up the road. One again, eh, Semp?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, right through the head.
You're improving. Well, let's get along.
I knew it. That other fellow heard the shooting.
All right, get off the road and head for camp.
Hey, yeah. Horse left the trail here. Did you find Jeff? Never seen it. Oh, you check the trail up there. I'll get into this. Come on.
Glad to see you alive and kicking, Jeff.
How bad is it?
All he lost was some hair. The bullet knocked him out.
Well, the one I was after stopped running and played it smart. I figured I'd better check with you and then take up the trail first thing come daylight.
Well, you won't have to look very far. Shorty Dawson and Sim Sheldon. If they think I'm dead, they'll be back in camp with their outfit same as usual in the morning.
Now, come on, we'll get you back to town and get a fresh start tomorrow.
When this outfit moves, me and Semp are going to move with it. Month's enough time to see the sights of Wichita and lose all your dough.
Yeah. Hey, who's that? I don't know. Middle one looks like Jeff Burns.
Sure does.
It is Jeff.
Hey, it is Jeff. Who's that other guy?
There they are, those two. Shorty and Semp.
You, take their guns. They're under arrest.
Those two robbed me last night and shot me up. They're the ones who've been knocking us cowboys off for the last month.
You're hard to convince. Take a look in Shorty's saddlebag. The money he stole is marked in the corners with Wyatt Earp's initials.
He's right. There's a WR marked in the corner.
Now take the guns like I told you.
Sure beats all, don't it, boys? Harboring rattlers right under our own blankets? Why, even a coyote don't hunt its own kind.
That'll do, Jeff. We come here to arrest him, not talk him to death. If the prisoners wouldn't mind, climb on your horses and we'll head back to town.
You're our game, Wyatt. You're not gonna have them. You know how I feel.
And you'll have to swallow your feelings, Jeff. I'm taking them in. Get on those horses. Jimmy, start herding them back to town.
All right, hold it.
I think you know better than to make any gunplay, Jeff.
All right, Earp. But it's not because I'm afraid of you. It's because you're here as kind of a friend. And this cow camp, rough as it is home. And nobody likes to mess up his home with dead visitors.
I appreciate your hospitality, Jeff. Come on, get him going.
Earp! It's only fair to warn you. As soon as word gets around to the other camps about this, there won't be a jail big enough to hold them two. And we'll be coming in to get them.
I hope you don't. All there?
Oh, every dollar, Wyatt. I'm telling you, sir, every businessman in town ought to be grateful for what you've done.
Wyatt? The cowhands are gathering on the creek like they're fixing to raid the town.
Huh? Mr. Earp, do you mind if I use your place for a meeting?
Meeting? What for?
I want to find out just how grateful you businessmen will be when I ask you to start shooting your best customers.
Well, what's up? What do you mean?
Thanks. Knew you wouldn't mind.
A meeting? Now, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Not just yet, John. There's a meeting going on inside.
I don't see why we should run headlong into trouble. By your own admission, these criminals were caught red-handed. So let the cowhands have them. Above all, we don't want to bite the hand that feeds us.
Much as this town needs the cowhands' business, Wyatt's right. We can't let them put this over on us.
Look, when I first took this job, you offered me a posse and I turned it down. Now I need a show of force and I'm asking for it. Do I get it or don't I?
You know where I stand, Wyatt.
Me too. And I sure have a lot to lose.
How about you? How about the rest of the businessmen?
They're not here. I suppose that means they're on the fence.
Well, if I don't get enough men, I'll go out there alone. And gentlemen, if I do that, I'm through. I'll either resign or I'll be dead.
Which in either event will leave us entirely to the mercy of the mob. Is that what you men want? Then I'll close my newspaper as of now. The one record I'll never print is the day that Wichita turned yellow.
Now, just a minute, Murdoch. I didn't exactly say I wouldn't. Well, what are we waiting for? Come on, let's go talk to the rest of the businessmen.
Well, at least now we'll get an answer.
Hi, boys. Welcome to Wichita.
Stand aside, Wyatt. You know what we're here for.
Sure, I know what you're here for. You're here to have fun. That's exactly what you're going to get, Jeff. Any way you want it. And they're all your friends ready to give it to you. The merchants, restaurant owners, saloon keepers. Each of them with just one aim in life, and that's to give you gents anything you want. So it's up to you, Jeff. You and your friends.
What do you mean it's up to us?
Whether you come into town with guns or without them. If you want to come with them, you have to come shooting. Today you got a choice.
We didn't figure the whole town would turn on us, Jeff. This is different.
You heard the marshal. How do you vote?
No use running head on into a militia. Them two robbers just ain't worth the risk.
Everybody feel the same way?
Yeah! Come on, fellows, let's have fun!
Where do you want us to leave the guns, Wyatt?
Just drop your belts in the street, Jeff. You can pick them up at the Texas house on the way out of town. Come on, boys, give me a hand. After what just blew past, street cleaning's gonna look like nice, pleasant work.
You're so right, Wyatt.
up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail, and none can deny it. The legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Wyatt Earp, as Marshal of Wichita in 1875, had gone against hardened killers like Manon Clements and John Wesley Hardin, mature men with a lust for blood and a quick hand on the grip of a Colt 45. But there was a group of desperados, most of them 18 or 20 years old, who styled themselves Billy the Kid or the Pecos Kid or the Comanche Kid. A few of them were like young Lonnie McVeigh, known as the Kansas Kid, who found himself hounded by a reputation and driven toward death at the end of a posse's rope.
How bad is he?
Not too good.
We better get him to a doctor.
Anything really new in the paper?
Well, the Times of New York City is charging corruption by Tammany Hall. The French have asked President Grant if he'd like a statue.
Of himself?
No, a Statue of Liberty. They want to give it to us because we're the first republic.
Oh, I think that's a very nice idea. How much would it cost?
No, Martha, that's not the point. The point is that if they gave us...
Lonnie!
Yeah, it's me.
Now, Martha, why have you come here?
Used to be my home, didn't it?
Lonnie, my boy, it's still your home. We've missed you so and waited.
Martha?
There's a posse after me. That's the only reason I came back.
A posse? You expect us to hide you here?
I always thought you were my father.
Oh, now, John.
We told him last time he mustn't ever come back.
Oh,
You agreed to it?
I know, but why did you come here? Why is the law after you?
There's something I didn't do.
You see, John.
No. He's a stage robber and a murderer. Get out.
Not right now.
Please, John.
He can't expect us to hide the Kansas Kid from the law.
Shut up. I'll hide myself. I don't want you to do anything but shut up. Ain't asking you. I'm telling you.
Lonnie, not your own father.
You practically threw me out. Ignored me when I was a kid. I don't owe you a thing. As far as I'm concerned, you're just any stranger. And this is just any house.
You can't hide here.
Who's stopping me?
Plain common sense ought to stop you. That posse will report to Marshal Earp. This is the first place he'll search.
He nor any other marshal don't know my real name.
And you're not going to tell on him, John. You can't. He's our son.
He won't tell on me. He knows what he'll get if he does. Turned my horse loose and made it here on foot. I'm dead beat. I'm going upstairs. The least you can do is give me a bed for the night, considering you haven't much choice. Now, Martha, we agreed
Lonnie,
that...
what are they after you for?
They say I killed a man. They aim to hang me.
Marshal Earp, this is Sheriff Osborne from Kingman County.
Howdy. Mr. Earp, these are my two deputies, Larson, Jones. Glad to know you. A long way from home.
Yeah. They chased the Kansas kid into town, but he got away.
Oh, how? The kid shot Danny over just we were overtaking him outside the city limits. We had to stop, take care of him. He's over at the docks now.
Doc Fabrique's a good man.
Seemed to know his business. Sit down, gentlemen.
How do you think the kid's holed up in Wichita? Huh?
Oh, he has to be. Rode in here not more than half an hour ago.
What's he wanted for besides wounding one of your deputies?
Well, he killed a Wells Fargo guard in a stage holdup outside of Kingman City. I'm having some of these printed up.
The Kansas kid. There are a dozen kids this and that. What's his real name?
Nobody knows. Works out of the brush country.
Never comes into town, huh?
If he has, he's sure got sense enough not to brag on who he is.
But you men can identify him?
We got close enough for that.
He's slender, brown hair, brown eyes, good-looking kid.
Marshal Earp, we picked up a stray horse that was wanted on Cross Street off Douglas Avenue. I got him outside.
That could be the kid's horse.
Let's take a look.
This is the one right here.
At the blaze, 3 white stockings. Belongs to the kid, all right.
Looks like he was traveling light. A long ride. Looks like an old saddle, too. About 8 or 9 years, I'd say.
Uh-huh.
And this saddle maker's mark might give us a lead. Looks like old man Gentry's.
Here in Wichita?
Yeah. Well, take the horse on down to his shop. You and your men might as well get some rest and something to eat.
Any objection to my going along with you, Mr. Earp?
What happens there is. Old man Gentry may not want to talk in front of strangers.
Okay, you're the law in Wichita, so long as we get the kid.
If he's here, you get him. Come on, boy.
Who is it?
Your mother.
Where's the old man? Did he go to turn me in?
I don't know.
I was born in this house. I might as well die here.
If you're innocent, as you say, you should give yourself up.
Stand trial, I suppose.
Yes.
They've tagged me with enough jobs to hang me 9 times.
We know Marshal Earp. He's a decent young man. He goes to our church.
Awful fast with a gun, I hear.
He'd treat you fairly.
I'm good with a gun, too.
Guns. That's how it started. You were smaller than the boys your age. You thought you'd be even up with guns.
I evened up.
Your father would have stood by you. The morning you ran away, he'd gone to hire a lawyer. What have you done now? What have you brought to us?
The old man's walking around in the yard. Guess he can't make up his mind to turn me in.
I want you to make up your own mind. Go to Marshal Earp and tell him you're this Kansas kid.
Too late, Mom.
It's never too late to...
You go to prison? I could take that for stage robbery. But you don't know what it's like to have a reputation like mine. They accuse me of holdups I was miles away from, of shooting men I never saw in my life. Every crime that's unsolved, I did it. I'm the Kansas kid.
And proud of it.
Not anymore.
Then go to Marshal Earp. Tell him what you've just told me.
Mom, I never could talk to Papa. But I used to be able to tell you things.
Tell me now, Lonnie.
All right. You ever hear of lynching?
Yes.
Earp would hand me over to that posse. they'd hang me on the trail.
That your saddle, Mr. Gentry?
Yeah, I made it.
You remember who bought it?
Forget.
You keep a record of all your sales, don't you?
No.
Look, Mr. Gentry, Wichita is a small town. The boy that rode that can't hide here for very long. Now, if you know who it is, the kindest thing you can do is to tell me.
How do you figure that?
Some men from Kingman County are after him. I can vouch for me and my deputies, but if the other crowd spots him first, I can't vouch for them. Your memory improving?
You wouldn't want me to remember, Wyatt.
Some friends of mine involved?
Good, decent people.
Withholding information like this may lead to the arrest of an outlaw. You know what that means?
Jail? You wouldn't go that far.
Yes, I would if I had to. Come on, you might as well tell me. I'm going to find out anyway.
Okay, Wyatt. I tried to protect a good family. John McVeigh bought it from me.
John McVeigh? I'm looking for a kid that's 18 or 19 years of age. Does he have any children?
He had a son, if you must know.
I almost wish I didn't have to know.
He's their sorrow, Wyatt. Make it as easy on them as you can.
Yeah. I'll be back for that later.
Oh, hello, Wyatt. Come in.
Evening, John.
Won't you sit down?
Oh, thanks. Is your son at home?
Wyatt.
Look, I know you want to lie to me. I couldn't blame you much if you did.
He said he didn't kill the Wells Fargo guard.
Well, maybe he didn't.
I'm not trying to make excuses for him. People blamed his mother and me. They always blame the parents when a boy goes wrong. Well, they shouldn't blame his mother. I'm the one, I guess. Always on the go. Ohio to Illinois, Illinois to Kentucky, and then out here. Scratching for a living. And forgetting, I guess, that my boy needed a little of me. And every time he needed me, Wyatt, I wasn't around. Ain't much feeling between us, I guess, and heavens knows there ought to be. I still don't know the whole answer between him and me, but Wyatt, save him for us if you can.
I'll do what I can, John. Now I have to arrest him. Where is he?
Oh, not alone, Wyatt. He's got 2 45s. Give Mrs. McVeigh a little time. Perhaps she can talk him into... All right, Marshal Earp. Come and get me. No, Lonnie. He's our friend. No friend of mine.
I'm sorry.
Take it careful, Earp.
Don't shoot him. Aim at me. Finish what you've started, Lonnie.
Mom, that was a crazy thing to do. I might have pulled the trigger accidental. Not so smart of you, Mr. Earp. Why didn't you jerk your guns before you came in?
Well, this is your home, Lonnie. I didn't think you'd want to do any shooting in here.
My home. Sure. Ask him. I want a fair trial for my son.
You promised that, Wyatt.
Of course. Come on, Lonnie. Before I turn you over to the posse, you and I will have a long talk. Come on.
Bye, Mom.
part in the Wells Fargo robbery near Kingman City, huh?
Yes.
All right, I used to work for Wells Fargo. Think I better get a telegram off to Ed Beatty in Topeka. He's their special agent for Kansas.
What good will that do? You have to turn me over to the Kingman County officers anyway.
Not tonight, I don't.
Well, give me the rope as soon as you do.
You think they're gonna lynch you? What makes you so sure of that?
I know Osborne.
Look, you wounded one of his men. He's pretty sore about it, and he's got a right to be, but that doesn't make him a lyncher.
Have it your way.
I want you to give me an honest answer to one question. Did you ever kill a man?
No. I shot up several, but I never killed anybody.
All right.
What difference does it make?
Makes the difference between a sentence for armed robbery and the rope. That's quite a big difference to your folks.
They don't care.
They care very much, more than you deserve.
Oh, sure.
Don't you play tough with me. First time you get into real trouble, you run for home. Well, what'd you expect to find? Strangers, a mother and father to hate you?
I don't know.
You found your parents. Good people to love you in spite of everything you had done. If I didn't think you were sorry for the pain you caused them, I wouldn't even waste the cost for a telegram. Ollie! You put this prisoner in a cell by himself. I'm not going to book him yet, and I don't want any word going around town about it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go down to the Eagle office and send a telegram by press wire. I'll be back in 10 minutes. As soon as I hear from Wells Fargo, I'll get word to your folks. Otherwise, I won't be sleeping tonight.
Well, we better get back to the jail. See if Earp has tracked down that saddle mark.
I don't trust that Earp fella, Charlie. Why didn't he take you along?
It's his town.
Hey, you're the lawman from Kingman City that's after the Kansas kid.
Yeah, you seen him?
No, but Marshal Earp sneaked a young fella into jail. Maybe he's pulling a fast one.
Oh?
I got a good look at the kid.
Slender, brown hair, brown eyes?
Yeah, that's him.
You just bought yourself a drink.
Oh, thanks.
Sit down, boys. We don't want any trouble with Earp. He's against lynching.
Oh? You aim to swing the kid?
Just as quick as we get him away from Earp and out of town. But we're going to have to play it smart.
You sure Wyatt won't turn him over to the posse? John!
Of course he won't. Not till he hears from Wells Fargo.
Is there some legal trick they could work?
No, Martha. They're officers of the law. Why should they want to work some trick?
Because I'm going over to that jail.
Now get hold of yourself. Wyatt'll think we don't trust him.
I trust Wyatt, but not those Kingman County men. Lonnie told me something.
What?
There won't be a fair trial. Lonnie says they'll lynch him.
What's a big conference?
Wyatt, there's some wild talk I think you ought to know about.
What's that?
Cowhand in the Texas bar is telling us that the new prisoner's the Kansas kid.
You can't keep a cowhand from talking.
Yeah, but Marshal...
Here you made an arrest. The fellow told me he recognized the prisoner as a boy who used to live around here.
That's right, Mr. Osborne. Name of Lonnie McVeigh.
Well, I guess I ought to take a look at him.
Sit down for a second. Lonnie admits to being the Kansas kid.
Say, fast work, Marshal.
Yeah, but he denies pulling the Wells Fargo job.
Sure. Denying it, what's he got to lose? You believe him?
This wire just came from Ed Beatty. He's a special agent for Wells Fargo in Kansas. I wired him asking if he was positive the kid pulled the job.
Uh-huh. Well, all he says here is that his men on the case have some doubt.
Yeah, well, I know Ed Beatty. He'll check with the Pinkertons.
You know, there's one point we both forget.
What's that?
McVeigh claims to be the Kansas kid. But is he?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe I ought to take a look at him anyway, just to make sure.
All right. I kind of hope he is bragging. Stand up, Lonnie.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Turn around, son.
You know me, Osborne.
I never saw the kid in good light close up. Tell him to turn around.
Look, he's got to identify you. It's important.
All right.
Well, I sure couldn't swear to it. Maybe you ought to have my boys in here to take a look at him.
They get a better look at the kid?
Well, Larson did. You know, it'd be a long haul back to Kingman with the wrong man.
I thought you were going to telegraph Wells Fargo.
I did. They're checking with the Pinkertons. Are you still claiming you're the Kansas kid?
Osborne knows I am. This is just some kind of a trick.
Maybe you're the tricky one. If my boys aren't any more certain than I am, we're wasting time.
Well, it's just common sense to have them identified. For your sake, I got to be positive. Go get your boys.
Mrs. McVeigh is here. I asked her to wait in there.
Thanks, Ollie. That's very smart thinking.
I want to make the rounds.
Right.
See you later. You bet.
Come in, Mrs. McVeigh. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's quite all right.
Would you please sit down?
Thank you. You're not going to let them take him away.
No. As a matter of fact, Mr. Osborne's not too sure that Lonnie is the Kansas kid.
Not sure. He might be bragging.
Well, see, Lonnie thinks that Mr. Osborne's up to some kind of a trick. But he's wrong. You see,
Earp doesn't suspect a thing. There's only him and the two deputies. He thinks we're coming in to identify McVeigh. Now play it easy and casual till I give the word.
whether Lonnie's telling the truth or not, Mr. Osborne doesn't act like a hothead or a rope slinger to me. But anyway, I'm not going to release the boy to Mr. Osborne until I hear from Wells Fargo.
Oh, God bless you for that. His father and I are so grateful.
Wyatt, Osborne and his deputies are headed up this way now.
Oh, good. Oh, Mrs. McVeigh, would you mind waiting in the other room a moment? I'll be right with you.
Here they are.
I got a hunch it's just a fool kid trying to build himself into a desperate character.
Could be. Well, let's take a look at it.
Hold it.
Looks like I guessed wrong.
Yeah. Bring him in here. Go ahead. Get the keys. Get them.
Go on, Ollie. You're not going to make this work, Osborne.
It's working. Lock him up.
I told you about him.
Save your breath, kid. You're going to be needing it. Well, hurry up. Don't be all day Larson. Come out of there, kid.
What are you going to do with me?
You know what we're going to do with you.
Hey, let go of me. Let me go.
Lonnie, what are they doing?
They're going to hang me.
Stop it! Turn him loose! Stop it! No! No!
Mrs. McVeigh, come in here.
What? Why have they taken him?
Never mind that. Just get the other set of keys. They're in my desk, right-hand drawer.
But why
Just get the keys.
The Kansas kid?
Yeah, they're all alike, screaming his head off. Your marshal caught him. We're taking him back to Kingman City.
Where is Marshal Earp?
Oh, he's taking care of a brawl in some saloon.
You hear which saloon?
No.
I better go check.
The keys, I can't get it open.
The keys? What are you doing, Mrs. McVeigh?
They've locked Marshal Earp in there and they've taken my boy and I can't find the keys.
Hurry up.
Hurry, please.
Mrs. McVeigh, you go home and stay there. Paul, grab a shotgun.
Right.
There's a good tree over there. Let's get this job done before Earp butts in. Larson, be sure that's tied off good. What's the matter with you, Jones? Let me have that thing. You don't know how to do anything. I never saw such a guy. All you gotta do is get in the right place.
Look out, manager!
What?
hate to let you down, Mr. Osmond.
Mr. Earp, we weren't intending to hang the... Oh!
Don't worry too much, Mrs. McVeigh. With the Pinkertons clearing him of the murder charge, all he has to face is a charge for robbery.
That's easy medicine, Mom. I can take that. Dad?
Good luck, son.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story